You know the feeling. You're dieting, you're hitting your macros, you're eating the right foods at the right times. Your day just seems to zip by. Sure, you're a little bit hungry, but you're busy, and those hunger pangs just don't hit so hard. Then the night comes. You find yourself lying awake, staring at the ceiling. You're hungry. You're not tired. How could you possibly be tired? All you want to do is go downstairs, open the fridge, and start eating. How could you possibly sleep? I know this feeling all too well. Late night hunger pangs are a serious problem, especially when you're deep into a diet. So let's talk about it. I'm going to detail 6 strategies for you right now to help you combat those late night urges and keep you on track. 1. Shift your calories later in the day and reduce your feeding window. For some people, this can be as simple as skipping breakfast. Now, I'm not saying to remove the calories from breakfast. I'm saying to skip that meal altogether and shift those calories later. Some people call this intermittent fasting. This is intermittent fasting. We're shortening the window in which you're feeding, but the key here is that we're shifting your calories later in the day in the hopes that it keeps you fuller for longer. Secondly, and related to this strategy, you can make your biggest meal of the day your last meal of the day. You can actually take your highest calorie meal right before bed. There are a lot of people who will say things like, oh, you can't eat late at night, it'll ruin your physique. This doesn't really apply here. You're in a caloric deficit, you're dieting, and so the fact that you're having some of your calories later is not going to negatively impact your physique. And more importantly, if it lets you sleep better, that's going to make a huge difference in your physique and your stress, and it'll actually give you better results. So if you're really struggling, don't be afraid to have a big meal right before bed. Thirdly, let's talk about ways to make that meal more effective so that you're less hungry for longer. One thing you can do is actually have the majority of your dietary fats in that last meal. Dietary fats tend to take longer to digest. They're going to sit in your stomach. And so this will also make you feel fuller for longer. Your body will be working through those foods overnight and you won't be quite as hungry. Fourthly, on the same note, you can add slow digesting proteins to that meal as well. Maybe that means you have a steak before bed. Maybe you have something like casein protein, which again will take longer to digest. These things will keep you fuller for longer and keep those hunger pains at bay. Fifthly, and this is again related, you can try to have high volume foods before you go to bed. Things like fibrous vegetables, watermelon, carrots. You can sit and eat a bag of carrots before you go to bed, and it should keep you full for hours, even though those calories will be quite low. Any and all of these strategies can be combined, though of course, don't make yourself sick. Don't shovel in so much food, so much high-calorie food that you can't sleep. There is a balance there, of course. Now, lastly, the biggest and the best tip I have is in some ways the most obvious. The truth is, if you're dieting, if you're deep into a diet, if you're trying to change your body, you're gonna be hungry. There is no way around it. You're going to be hungry. And you're likely to be hungry at night because you're bored, because you're not doing anything. And so on some level, you're going to have to accept a certain amount of discomfort. It comes with the ride. There really is no way around it, especially if you're trying to get into single-digit body fat. You're gonna feel hunger, and that hunger is gonna creep up at night. And so the best thing you can do is to accept that. Don't stress about it. Don't let it dominate your mind, but accept that you're going to be hungry. And the best thing you can do is just go to sleep. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you.